Hello and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns! Today we show you another match of the A Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament 2021. We are in Swiss Round 5, matchup is Shadow AMP versus Humbugh. Commentators for the match will be Excalibur and Alkalinis. Say hello! I hope I didn't butcher the name too much.
It's a lovely evening here in England, and this is a 3-1 match, so both these runners are very much still live for bracket stages. And in fact, both are reasonably well-known names in the community, so that's not entirely a surprising outcome. So hopefully we get to see a well-executed match tonight. Alka, is there something in particular you're excited to see in today's seed, ruled or otherwise?
Yeah, I'm excited for this race because it's super important for them. They have to win this to have a chance to stay in the tournament. And
at two losses, you're in. You make the playoffs, or the like one race winning you're in for the bracket stage, is my understanding. So all 1-loss players definitely make it. And then the 2-loss players will play in a approximately 15-person race for approximately 8 places, depending on exactly how tiebreakers work out. So we're getting a split start here. Humbugh making the boulder start with the sanctuary. Let's see how that works out. And that's a pretty good sank start location.
Yeah. And it seems the Shadow just goes to the whirlpool here, and we'll check the entrances here. Probably grabbing some rupees on the way.
It's I want to say that the Houlihan start is sort of the most traditional Crosskeys opening, and also very conservative. Right? You definitely get some money. You check off a few of these out of the way entrances, but it's not. Oh, and Shadow Amp unfortunately finds a bomb shot before getting the Houlihan money. And not a lot of players like it just because it's less variable.
Yeah. This seed is starting already somehow painful because the well is at Lumberjack tree, so killing Aghanim opens the 5th chest in this seed.
In this case, are you hoping or not hoping to find that second castle tower key?
I think you want to find it, just to have more options, and I would definitely kill Aghanim for 5 items. It's not that slow.
Yeah.
For 1 item, it's pretty bad. But for 5, you kinda want to do it. Oh.
Cane of Samaria on the torch there, so almost certainly we're going to find boots at some point, and come right back here for that.
Boots are very, very important right now because cane, and it's required for the 5 items in the tree. So
I guess we'll see the boots twice, likely.
This is not a bad secret location. When you found a bottle, you can go back pretty easily here.
Shadow finds the front of Temple Rock, which is of course useless for now, but
no, it's actually quite useful. You can farm bombs here.
It's I guess one of the better bomb farms in the game. Not graveyard ledge, but you're not going to complain. Looks like Shadow is now making the sank start, and we'll get the reasonably good news about Lostwood start. There's Ganon.
So, yeah, good news, everybody. Ganon is not in his vanilla position, so we don't need to beat Ganon Tower to beat Ganon this seed.
Yeah, I guess it's certainly good news for their finishing time. It does mean any potential Ganon Tower play is a lot more risky.
Yeah, especially considering the well is not on the pyramid in this seed.
Um, I would expect them to put off the GT climb pretty extensively at this point.
Humbugh gets 3 bombs in this chest. That's pretty useful to get them now. It was running out.
And with
Ooh.
0 cash in hand, it's a more fortunate find than it otherwise would be.
Yeah.
Spiral Cave is not anybody's favorite connector with 3 hard screen mail, no weapons. Here's the best farm farm in the game.
That's the entrance you want to see early in this game. Always. Spiral Cave, you always hate to see it. You kinda want to do everything before doing it, because you at least want a weapon to do it, and if possible you want boots. Considering the boots lock a lot of things in this seed already, you might want to delay it even more than usual.
So, if I'm Humbugh, my tentative plan right now is to finish Kakariko and then finish all the entrances and then do Spiral Cave, unless something better comes along.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you agree with that plan?
Yeah, he has another connector in here. He has a brother house, so he might check that one before.
Yeah, it's much easier. In fact, this is the brother's house connector. Check. His plans changed while I was talking about them.
Actually, that's a pretty useful connector to get right now.
Especially for Humbugh, who hasn't been over here yet.
Yeah.
He's choosing to go left instead of right, but...
just checking Sanctuary, I think. Yeah, so...
Oh. Just trip back here. Ooh, a weapon.
That's good. That's super good. That's one of the better weapons to find early game. You can kill nearly everything with this.
Yeah, and they've found a couple of places actually that are reasonably convenient magic refills as well.
Yeah. We also get a Desert Big Key. We already found the front of Desert Palace, so we have one more item to check there.
You really want to go back in there? I mean, not soon, I don't think. But...
Yeah. You at least want boots before going back there if you can.
Or the other small key, or the small key, or some further incentive, I guess. Looks like Humbugh, having gotten spat out here anyway, and not having found any rupees to speak of, is willing to hand now.
He can't buy the merchant item currently, so it makes sense.
And having yet to go to Link's house, we get to rarely seen going into the front door of Link's house maneuver. So now heading over here to the right, and I would expect a continuation either to Eastern or to the castle. Do you have opinions on those two choices? They seem to be the two choices that people make.
Yeah. I like starting with Hyrule Castle because it's pretty hard to get there usually. So I'm getting it out of the way early because it's a drop down. Drop downs are really good in Crosskeys. That's one of the things you usually want to do early game.
That being said, they've found the well, which is they fed the well and the uncle, which are the two best ones. Useless Fairy and Bat are both outstanding. So there's
and they also found Uncle. Yeah. And Ganon. Ganon is already found, so it's not as important right now.
Yeah, very, very much so.
Humbugh is getting to Eastern area.
Yeah, the argument for going over here, which I kind of like, is that this is 4 entrances, and you don't have to leave any of them behind, right? And there's no rocks, there's no boots,
Yeah.
locations, whatever. And you're basically gonna have to walk all the way over here at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe mirror, but it's not really getting much better.
Yeah, and it's just a little slow. So if you have a connector here or a dungeon, it's kinda bad, but at least you know it's here. It's here, so it's good information to get.
Yeah. Is that a small key on the library?
Yeah, these boots are getting really important here.
I mean, I guess the one good thing about the game showing you half a dozen things that you need the boots for is that you feel like the boots got to come along sooner or later, right?
Yeah, you're hoping it. You're also hoping that your opponent doesn't find them 40 minutes before you.
Sure. Um,
Humbugh did not finish Kakariko. He took the connector and went with it. So Shadow found that cape in one of the entrances Humbugh didn't do. So
I
that could help for connector.
I would expect Humbug to go back and finish Kakariko approximately right now.
Yeah,
With the Lost Woods start, the cost of getting back to Kakariko is pretty low, and so following connectors out of there, I guess, is a little bit more appealing than it would be if say, the Sanctuary was at the pyramid or something. Um, I'll have to walk all the way out of the actual Sanctuary. I think.
here our runners will probably check the entrances we overchecked
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, there's I guess the next reasonable play is to play towards either to check Spiral or to go south from Link's house, and then either over to the desert area, over to Ice Rod. Neither of which is especially appealing, so I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Humbug, and in fact, it looks like Shadow's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Do Spiral Cave now.
Spiral is better because you don't have gloves, so you would isolate pretty much two very bad locations.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of people go to great effort to avoid isolating them, and in the
Yeah.
process, effectively isolate, the not glove locations over there.
It's okay to go left usually, but Ashford Cave is just really bad to isolate usually. It's unfortunate when there's something good right there.
It looks like Shadow is willing to make the trip back into desert for this big chest. We'll see if he goes out the middle just while he's here. Or
We don't have anything in this seat right now. Right, we have a fire rod, but that's it.
Hey, the bug that's on the tracker, that's super useful. I don't know why it's on the tracker. Shell tries to get rid of that. Yeah. And the fire rod makes Spiral a lot more palatable. Getting through here with no weapons, 3 hearts green mail is actually a pain in the butt. So
you're kind of forced to pause buffer your way through Spiral Cave, which is super bad.
So Shadow gets the good news, bad news that the rock in your desert is an exit to desert, the actual desert palace, which 1 spits him out over here, and 2 means he's not going to isolate that check. Whereas Humbug got spat out on the Turtle Rock Bridge.
It seems there's a map on Desert Ledge, so not very important, but could be useful if we get a ton of items really fast.
Getting the news that Spiral Cave is the connector to the Turtle Rock Bridge is miserable.
Yeah, you hate it. If you get the mirror, you kind of have to go there because there's a lot of things that become available really soon.
A really excellent way to get it's the best possible way to get there, and it sucks. Humbug makes the totally reasonable choice to just drop into the Uncle Drop without checking the front to
Yeah.
save some walking. Unfortunately, only gets a compass, but
It's okay because we have already found Ganon, so at worst
yeah.
it's the ferry.
Yeah, I think the Eevee is that. I think that I prefer Humbug's Hurt to Shadow's Route here,
Yeah.
even though it's.
Pretty hard to do to identify this connector without a sword.
Right, looks like we're down to going south. We do still have the Eastern Palace dip available over in the eastern area, so.
Oh, there's our ferry ascension cave.
I feel like you find the bad direction of this cave more often than you find the good direction. And I know that's not actually true, but
No, that's
nonetheless.
definitely true. Absolutely, definitely true. I like that Shadow is checking Eastern Palace, so it's absolutely terrible to check Eastern Palace early in Crosskeys, usually. But here we have absolutely nothing. 15 minutes, you did a lot of entrances, and you have absolutely nothing in your inventory, so maybe progression is just in Eastern Palace.
So Humbug's Ferry Ascension Knave Connector spat him out at Desert Palace right, which means he's never going to get to go through it the fast way, which is disappointing.
Yeah, and also that's one less connector.
Yeah.
That's one you never want to find.
As a, I mean, there's always one. You know, there's always got to be one connected there, amongst other places. There's half a dozen or so mandatory connector locations in the game, just to make sure that you can completely traverse the entire game.
At least he had not checked the south, so it's not that bad for him.
Yeah. He unfortunately doesn't get the news about Desert Palace Main being under the rock, the lack of glove, and so might be baited going back over there later to pick up that rock.
That small key was our first small key in the entire race.
It's one of many pod keys.
Yeah. The first pod key is really important.
Yeah, and Humbug would really like to have it right now.
Yeah. This first pod key puts 2 items in logic when you don't have the hammer.
We'll see if Humbug's excited about going right. Looks like no. I think it's probably a bit excitable to be doing mimic clips at this point.
I think it's okay just to not mimic clip here. Pods is pretty close to a respawn point.
Yeah.
So you can come back to it pretty soon if you want to.
Well, you don't have any particular reason to believe, that you should be able to find the bow at some point, right?
Yeah.
There's an argument that sequence breaks are worth making just to give you more information about what's going on in logic, but...
Oh, that's true, Pavad. I don't think he has enough magic to kill both guards. He has enough bombs to keep. He has bombs for the 2 blue guards after, but I don't think he has enough magic. Oh, that's true, Pavad. He could not check the other entrance.
Can you not fire rod crabs?
I think he had 1 fire rod shot. He might have used that cape, and cape makes magic meter absolutely impossible to read.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah, that's true as well. It's always one of the unfortunate things about the ice red area early is that after you've made the absolutely brutal walk over there, then have to not screw it up.
So they say this super close. So we have to check desert connectors, and we have to check the second.
Oh.
Oh,
All right, now both of our runners have taken terrible overworld deaths. So
yeah, they both have exactly one entrance that's super isolated, and it's not the same entrance. So we at least know that the Flute 5 spot is already checked by humbugh. So
it was a bomb shop, I believe.
bomb shop is yeah.
Not the bomb shop.
Not the red bomb, yeah. It's just a normal bomb shop.
Yeah.
Red bomb would have been very important.
Yeah, well, eventually, but not soon, if that makes sense, right? Like, you would like at some point to have found the red bomb shop, but if it was an hour from now, that probably wouldn't matter very much.
Yeah. Bomb shop is for now. Bomb shop is just good for red crystal information. That's the only thing.
And given that runners are unwilling to check their maps for the next hour, like that information is not super valuable. Humbugh hasn't yet checked the Witch's Side entrance. It's a long way to go for one entrance, but this is what we're down to. So.
So it seems that one entrance in Ice Road Cave that humbugh could not check is probably very important because we are quite out of options right now.
I think that is basically the last thing. No.
Yeah.
Can you use the
Code
cave
with
as
the small key.
I don't think so. Also, this first key to pod that Shadow has might unlock the answer. An Eastern dip to get the first pod key to make a pod dip is a very last location-y sort of opening.
Yeah. Pod is not far, so humbugh will get there on the road to Ice Road Cave for his last entrance, so not that bad for him. He's a little bit behind, but
not terribly. Shadow might be tempted to do Mimic Clips here, just because of the shortage of in-logic things to do. There's the lamp.
The lamp opens the dark the dark connector we got. So that's one thing, and that's probably the thing you have to do right now.
When you've gotten to the end of the logic and the thing you got was the lamp, go explore dark rooms. I agree, sir. I agree. It's rare that you see the lamp sort of this aggressively early in a Crosskeys race. So.
The one thing we know is that it's not the old man connector, because humbugh went a little into the cave and he did not drop down, so it's probably the bat cave.
Yeah, there's probably the runners know which connector it is, but and Shadow hasn't yet checked brothers.
Yeah. So I'm a little surprised because the only two useful items we got are both fire source in the, and usually we are hunting for fire source in this game. So
I think in non-advanced, so Crosskeys still doesn't have advanced logic. The lamp logic and the fire rod logic are more disconnected than they are in other modes, but. Still, yeah, I agree that very often you're looking for one of the two to open desert or something. Humbug saves and quits out of Eastern. Presumably is
Yeah.
landing in the direction of Pod.
And it seems Shadow ran out of magic now.
Yeah.
That's a pretty interesting bunny sprite.
Yeah, it turns out that the twisted version of Dark Link is regular Link with really bizarre animations. One of many sprite choices that kind of disturb me.
Yeah. So unsurprisingly, humbugh is getting that lamp right now.
Yeah.
And Shadow is going to the dark connector.
I think it's. I wouldn't be surprised to see Humbug go to Ice Rod area even after finding the lamp and check
Yeah.
that last entrance.
So, where is this connector sending us? Probably this mountain.
Probably. Either east or west. Could be if it's somewhere in the Dark World. You're bunny walking.
Yeah. Instantly bunny walking. So humbugh decided to
Bunny
take that
walking.
lamp. Okay, it's bunny walk time with 4 hearts. In probably one of the worst area to get. So yeah.
Yeah, that's. It doesn't open. There's not actually that many entrances that you can bunny walk to in this part of the Dark World, but
Yeah. That's a straight road. Every runner does these entrances in a specific order here, because you have absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah, at this point, Humbug is just following Shadow Amp around.
There's probably another connector here.
Yeah, or the Hype Cave guy or something. There's a few ways that this can pay off. They all suck.
Yeah, but even if we get the Moon Pearl, it opens absolutely nothing here.
It does. It doesn't. So Moon Pearl opens up Bumper Cave. So we can spiral cave back up to the Turtle Rock Ledge to go through Bumper Cave.
Yeah, that's actually true. That would be pretty funny. So this is our last hope.
Nothing.
So what do we have to do right now?
Not a lot.
We can't go to Misery Mire because we don't have a way in.
Yeah, we can't go to Swamp because we don't have a way in. We've checked all 3 desert entrances, and they're all actually Light World accessible entrances. That one entrance over at Ice Rod.
Yeah. Shadow did not go to Ice Rod area.
He's actually going to go back and check Flute 5 for a second time, I think.
Yeah, did they check the Desert Right entrance?
They did. They both went in Desert Right and all the way around. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. So, it's Ice Rod area then?
No, we also haven't actually checked the first chest in Aga Tower, which is also in the Ice Rod area, but so it's either that entrance or Aga Tower.
I think humbugh should have taken the full magic refill in Turtle Rock entrance. It's not far, and it helps a lot.
Yeah, do the ball and chain guards with bombs is possible, but takes forever.
He will kill the ball and chains with a fire rod, but the other two, actually the other two are really hard to kill with bombs.
Yeah,
they are fast. They are probably winning the gold medal in Olympics.
Yeah. And it turns out that bombs are not great against very fast enemies. All right, he's gonna go in the second hole here first. And it's
that's probably the seed, what the seed wants you to do.
But given that that's the
items
one way,
and-
and this isn't do this first.
Yeah. And also because you'll get back your magic.
Yeah.
He's trying to kill both at the same time with the one shot.
Oh no!
Oh.
It's just a full running
Oh,
away.
he doesn't have enough magic.
You can kill them with bombs. It just sucks a lot.
Yeah.
But
He
here's
decided
the,
it was not worth the effort.
so
And
Shadow,
that's why you grab the magic.
Yeah.
Oh. That's actually pretty useful to get right now. Usually hearts are not useful, but we only have 5 green mail, and we are probably going to Dark World pretty soon.
you kind of have to go to Dark World pretty soon. There's a shortage of other things to do. Unless we go up to the mountain, and then we probably have 10 minutes of messing about up there. This is both 2 chests and a connector.
Yeah.
So,
This connector has a... Oh, that's very good. That's this mountain access right now.
yep, but you might as well check this first.
Yeah, so if this exit is bumper upper, it's super bad. That's fine. You're okay with that. Just take your logical light ward entrances.
I could see being tempted, and we'll just see if Shadow does this, to go check the pyramid from there.
Either the pyramid or the 2 entrances available in port area, just because you wanted some information. Yeah.
And it's a pain to get back here. So if this does turn out to be the thing, Shadow has saved a bunch of time.
Yeah, if this is a moon pearl, this is really good. Oh, that's kind of good to get.
Yeah, I'm surprised Shadow didn't go buy more bombs.
Yeah, but he might be keeping his rupees for Zora and Pod.
Yeah, more rupees will turn up before you really need to go to Pod, I think.
Yeah, I would have bought at least the bombs.
Yep.
So, will he try to enter with a damage boost? No.
It's really hard to set up a damage boost.
He has
Super Bunny there.
He has exactly 1 chance because only the birds can will follow him.
Yeah, and then you have to get them going in the right direction too.
Yeah, in the right direction, and he has only 1 chance.
Act for 3, despite appearances, Shadow Amp is currently a bunny. And so cannot open chests unless he sets up Super Bunny state, which is what we were just talking about. And there's a couple ways to do that. The way that was available is damage boosting into the entrance while you enter, and that is hard to do there. There's some places that actually look pretty easy, but not there.
Yeah. One other thing that is really important here is that since we have the lamp and the flute, it's logical to save the old man if he's not at Eratora. So you want to save the old man to get a new save point, and that new save point is logical.
Yes. End can be, absolutely required.
Yeah.
Exit only location to floating island or something.
I also disagree with Humbugh not picking more hearts in this cave. On this mountain where cabbages fall on your head and kill you.
Yeah, the marginal cost is not very high of getting the hearts, so you might as well. Laser Eye Entrance is potentially interesting to Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
They don't have a small key yet, so getting lava chest. Oh, you've got the fire rod though. So
You have the fire rod. It's pretty free. You get your magic back.
Yep.
The Hyrule Castle entrance is actually more interesting here.
Yeah.
You have 2 new areas to check. You have you have 2 chests in logic and 2 out of logic chests, and you can do all of them. So
And
I would probably do all of them right now.
I kind of agree with rescuing the old man first, because there's some chance that you like follow a connector out of the castle and get stuck.
Yeah,
Um,
always do the old man first.
uh,
Especially if it's a hook shot.
yeah, if he sells you a hook shot, you're really happy about things.
You just opened 4 more entrances in this mountain, so good.
Never mind your castle, we're going over here.
So it seems we will delay this evil castle. Oh yes, a super bad connector to get right now. That's our best flavor.
Yeah,
I think you check the 4 entrances here,
Yeah.
then you take this connector because you can float back to Hyrule Castle.
yeah. Speaking of the bomb shop, which we were talking about earlier,
This town and
Would-
Ice Palace. That's actually kinda good crystals, in my opinion.
yeah, they're not too requirement heavy, and
Yeah. Ice Palace is only a glove and a hammer away from being clearable. And it's items you nearly always get, so you always get the hammer, but it's maybe it's rare to not get gloves, but it happens.
yeah, these laser skips are in logic because we have a cape, but people would rather do fancy tricks than use their magic. So
Actually, in advanced logic,
there's no advanced logic in
laser
Crosskeys.
is yeah. It's not logic in Crosskeys.
Nope. Basically, because you would often find this really early in the game, and forcing people to do bootsless laser skips with 300s is too cruel, and so Laser
Okay.
Bridge still requires either an invincibility item or mirror shield.
Yeah, so that's one of these entrances boundary rules. Like the small key in Skullwoods.
Yeah, there's still a few differences between the logic for item rando and for entrance rando. Basically, to make it's all
Oh.
things that would be sort of mean. So
Okay, that's a very interesting decision for humbugh. He decided to absolutely not care about this Hyrule Castle in Death Mountain and prefers to go inside Misery Mire without the big key. It's actually 6 checks because he has Fireboard and a 1 small key. But he might have forgotten that killing with ropes is super bad with bombs.
yeah,
It's absolutely miserable.
looks
Oh,
like
that's a super good save point.
yeah. I think we're desynced a little bit. But yeah, the old man save and quit on Desert Ledge is a great place for that. On the other hand, having checked the one exit, he's off back to the mountain. This is probably that Hyrule Castle play.
Yeah. 2 more entrances. If you are lucky, you get to the top of the Death Mountain. Or that's yeah. It's super hard to get this with only bombs.
Yeah, I mean, he has
No.
2 different invincibility items, and there's many magic refills in
Yeah.
here.
So hand check. Yeah. humbugh decided to go Turtle Rock before going to Hyrule Castle, which is a pretty good idea actually because you get these checks out of the way. The chain jump one is in logic.
Well, and the lava chest isn't in logic, but it's fairly low cost. Unlike non-entrance cross keys, you rarely need all the Turtle Rock keys, and so
Yeah.
burning that one is not a huge cost. All right, attempt number 2.
Yeah.
Chain shot.
Just use your piano here. No, you have to wait that for the chain jump to leave.
Yeah, or just use your invincibility on him.
Yeah.
That's
Also, he didn't get his hookshot yet, so
yeah.
makes it a little harder. All that for
It
10
happens.
arrows.
Yeah, multiple trips for 10 arrows. It's
But
a way to make
yeah,
yourself annoyed.
you know the rule of Turtle Rock. You do this chest, it's 10 arrows. You don't do this chest, it's Moon Pearl.
Absolutely. It is. We're actually kind of starting to run out of things to do again.
2 entrances in Hyrule Castle,
Yeah.
and 2 logical chests. So we
Yeah,
still
but
have.
if that's the full list, that's not a lot of things to do.
I think Maya is in logic. It's just
Of the checks are in logic. Apparently, Incoherent does. It's 4.
you have 4 chests in logic. For the 2 left side checks, you need the 3 small keys. There is only one exception. It's when there is a small key in the left spike chest above the torches, and the big key in Vanya spot. That's the one time it's not in logic. It's in logic with 2 keys. You just need 3 keys otherwise.
Right. So here's the Front of Castle play ongoing. Have we gotten anything here yet? Those are the 2 in the. That was the in-log checks.
Yeah. Now we are on the out of logic ones. It still has Dark Cross.
The other thing worth mentioning doing is Humbugh didn't check the back door to Old Man. And with Lamp in Hand, that's very much also in logic.
Yeah.
And that's the connector that runners often forget about.
Oh no! This is the one thing you never want to see here. A full heart refill. You could see all his rage punch upon finding this heart.
Well, while Humbugh was being miserable at having health, Humbugh actually showing us what the castle looks like. Someone that doesn't play standard. Mostly, you don't get to see these things with light anymore.
So there's also this connector. Spectacle Rock is not checked.
Yeah.
We have quite a lot of connectors to get right now. There's 4 left to check. 4 entrances. Oh, I might have seen Spec Rock exit actually. It's possible.
I think they have, actually.
Yeah, so it's only 3. But that's 3. Okay, this one is good. That's a faster way to go to the area.
You write that one down for later.
Also, if you get the glove, you might want to stall till you get your hammer to get both of those done. But since you have a flute, it's okay to go back to Ezreal. Oh, that's good. Okay, right. That's the connector you want to see. Also, you could advocate for not bunny walking here because the flippers open quite a lot of checks currently.
Yeah,
he just checked one entrance and then saving it.
There seems to be a group of Crosskeys runners that feel like whenever you get spat out of the Dark World, you like make the closest bunny walk check and then save and quit, just as a matter of like religious faith.
Currently, this is super linear. Yeah. Like there's only one way to do things here.
Though interestingly, I think Shadow Amp got to the first thing faster, and then Humbugh got to the second thing faster, and now they've somehow, despite an extremely linear seed, both sort of spent unnecessary time here and there. And traded the lead back and forth.
Shadow took more death, so that's it. That's probably what sets them apart. Yay,
Sword.
that's
I mean,
good.
We're very happy about that. I don't know if that first sword is logically interesting.
Logically, currently not. It would be interesting if we had, I guess, small keys. But otherwise, not really. It's good because your only lethal weapon was fire rods. So
I know I'm taking the extremely tedious snake death warp.
yeah. So you see a full heart container here in the roll edge. Do you grab it right now? You have only 6 hearts.
I think so.
I think I take it because
Well, I think
we are kind of starved for health.
well, I think the other reason that I would take it is just for give me a few seconds to think about what to do next.
Well, yeah. Since
so
these flippers are quite. These flippers didn't amount to anything, it seems.
yeah.
Or maybe he didn't do the entrance yet, so.
No, he didn't. I think he just went straight from the hobo to.
Oh, he goes to
Zora.
Maya.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, with a sword, Maya is pretty free right now. So get those 4 logical checks. Also, Maya, there is a mountain of difference between Maya without small key and Maya with 1 small key.
Both for convenience and for logic.
I think Maya is one of the more interesting dungeons to route, especially in Sanity.
Because the number of different configurations you might need to use.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to consider in this. So now the big question is: will Shadow get a full heal with this hurt? He tried very hard to stay on low health. At least they are equalized on this.
I feel bad for Shadow having taken a bunch of unintentional deaths.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Right.
I was pretty sure it was a full heal because I think we only got like 4 pieces of heart in this entire seed right now. And they did the same things.
Yes. Somehow Shadow has 1 more heart, full heart container from somewhere.
Oh, hey. We are introduced to Blue Yoshi.
Blue skin, more defensive than green skin.
Yeah. This Yoshi has seen things.
Shadow also picked up the flippers. We'll see if he tries to bunny walk past the murder dactyl, which is always a bit exciting.
Yeah. So here is our first GT small key. We still don't know where GT is, but you want at least 1 GT small. That 1 GT small makes you able to do most of the basement if you start with the right side.
Yeah, if you start with the right side, but this is Crosskeys where you rarely get those choices.
Yeah, but you know where Somaria is, and you have fire rods, so you have to consider it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is almost certainly a seed where we're going to get I don't know. There's likely a seed where we're going to get access to the right side before the left side.
Also, extremely important, we got a bow and it's in logic. So we now have logical access to the right side of pod.
The next
That's
thing
too-
to do.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's a pretty good idea.
the other not crazy thing to do there is to walk out the back door of Old Man just to check where it is.
I probably would do it right now, especially considering we still have not found that floating island connector,
Mhm.
which is super important in Crosskeys. That's probably the entrance you want to find.
Yeah, we also haven't. There's a couple of places that are not eventually hard to get to, but would be useful for immediately, like the top of the castle. We got spat out at the on top of the castle. That's an entrance or two,
Yeah.
depending on.
Especially considering we would be able to check all three of them since we have Cape. Oh, here is Fifth Town.
Interesting that Shadow
Not
finds
checking
that and then is not interested in checking it.
Yeah, just take a death and open 4 chests. It's fast.
Yeah,
I think I don't agree with this play.
I mean, once you've walked all the way over there, I don't agree with it, right? Like, what were you going to find that's better than Thieves Town?
Yeah, and it could be some good things like your next logical item could be Moon Pearl and put those 4 Fifth Town chests in logic instantly.
Humbugh's payoff for the right side of pod appears to be a desert palace small. And
Yeah.
we're off to go do that.
Yeah, that's good. So you have that in logic. That's 2 more items, and it's pretty fast to check. Wait, why is he going here?
I'm not sure.
Maybe he just forgot what was at Lumberjack Tree.
I mean, that very easily could have been muscle memory. So this is the entrance to desert. And
Yeah.
How often do you walk over here and not go into the lumberjack entrance? I guess.
Okay, so yeah,
There's Moon Pearl.
I was pretty sure it would be Moon Pearl because now we have a pretty big dark world access.
Yeah.
So now we have a lot of things to do.
Yeah, now the world is our oyster, right? Like we have a connector to the pod area. We have a connector to the south dark world, which didn't pay off actually.
We have a connector to Outcast area.
Yeah.
And we still have Spike Cave entrance and the other one, which are absolutely terrible to get, but now we have to consider them. Okay, that's super good. That's absolutely the best possible spawn points you could ever hope to have.
I mean, you'd rather have floating island, but
yeah, but it's the same.
Pretty close. So we already know that Spectacle Rock is dead. It's $300, I think. So
yeah. So now just take the same entrance and go to Spike Cave. Wait, you have flutes it's the same.
We don't have mirror, so Spike Cave is oh, sorry, Spike Cave, yeah.
Spike Cave entrance.
Getting past the Lionels. I guess they got a cape.
No, you can flute and take the normal teleporter,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's even faster actually. So taking
going back to
this
the Rock Bridge, which is totally reasonable.
Yeah. Just to check that new connector you can do with Moon Pearl and Cape. Now, there are 2 things you want to find. Either Floating Island, and it's only for 1 item, so it's less important. Or Mizzlemire. area would be super
Meyer
good.
area. No, they did not. You're right. So yeah, let's see where this goes. With just hookshot, or going this way, we don't even need to get our tape out.
We like finding this side. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, that's not as good as Meyer area, but that's super good. Okay, we have our dam, we have our flippers, and we have a hookshot. So we're only missing 2 items for Swamp.
Yeah, and we can. So unfortunately, that means we can go get the first couple of items out of Swamp, which might be our next awful.
It's actually not a couple of items, it's only 1 item. We don't have the small key. But yeah, you can fast float to 7, get that item out of the way, or in its gloves.
When it's glove. All right, now we're cooking with gas. That's convention. Oh, it's not. That's great either way. Gloves are one of the.
So, what can you do now? You can do Ice Road Rock. You can do Dark Ice Road Rock. You can do Hookshot Cave Rock.
Yep. You can do Graveyard, which is nothing.
Yeah. M Cave Rock is dead also.
Yes.
Oh yeah, finally doing this chest.
Unfortunately, no second or no key yet, but coming over here to check this rock, might as well get to pick up that chest while you're here.
Yeah.
And so, I was going to make this comment earlier. The routing on Meyer might be interesting, but watching the low key, no boots Meyer routing is like, oh man, a lot of walk.
Yeah. Having that 1 key and fire rod makes it less painful, but no boots is painful.
It's a big dungeon. Like Humbugh has made the choice to go back out the back of Old Man.
Yeah.
To get to Spike Cave, but
before Spike Cave, the rock.
Right. Yes. Okay. Get 3 entrances instead of 2.
And this one is only with this connector, so it makes sense.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
excellent one.
Cave.
Get paid.
Yeah. Oh, Swamp map. That's one of the best maps to find in the Crosskeys.
Oh, yeah.
Swamp is locked by a ton of items.
The boomerang is a thing that might occasionally be useful.
Yeah. I think it's unfortunate in this case, because you already have the hookshot.
Yes.
So
yeah,
it's less useful.
Quick stop worse.
Yeah.
There was I did commentary yesterday on a seed where Error made very good use of the red boomerang throughout the seed, because there was a lack of other useful weapons.
Also, one more thing interesting about those gloves that we found is that they are hard required, because we need to beat Ice Palace. So we needed to find at least 1 glove.
So this Dark Death Mountain trip has not actually paid off very well.
No, but at least you know that Hype Cave entrance is done.
Yeah. Ticked a good entrance off your list.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's other rock entrance.
Desert back entrance, very important too. Oh, that's ice. Okay, that's absolutely terrible to get right now. Like, you can do half of the chest in Ice Palace. And the other half is locked by the hammer and the keys logically.
And it's a long walk.
Yeah.
And given how close it is to a spawn point, I don't blame Humbugh for leaving that behind.
No. It's a good play to not do it right now. It's just you'll get burned by doing it too early, and you get burned by doing it too late. It's bad. It's always bad.
Speaking of bad locations, that is one of the less good smith spots.
Especially if you have flute. If you have flute, that's probably the absolute worst one, actually.
It's
Without flute, it's kinda okay, but with flute, it's the worst.
all right. So Humbug is back to the mountain.
Yeah.
This
Checking
evening.
Hyrule Castle entrances.
Don't remember. So he certainly checked Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, he's
and
going
knows-
to bump. He's going to bumper upper.
Yeah.
So outcast area, and yeah, he will be able to do these 4 Fist Town chests.
got,
Logically.
And even with the gloves already, with both the Moon Pearl and the glove, he gets to pick up the rock
Yeah.
focus ray.
Yeah, he was going to bumper upper, then he remembered that Hyrule Front was Dark Ice Road area.
Off on your way. This is actually really good routing by Humbug, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, Power the slower. So once we get a mirror, we can cheat these 7 items.
Ah. So Humbug chooses to come down and use the whirlpool.
I like this
up-
because yeah,
not even
you
whirlpool.
can do catfish, and you have the hook shot to get back to outcast area. It's the same, but with catfish.
I am.
You kinda want to. You found really bad gloves. Like these gloves are absolutely terrible to get.
Yeah.
So make them pay.
I'm a little bit surprised that he swam around to the pod area and is going to do these entrances and then presumably walk up to Catfish rather than just warping to
Yeah.
Catfish directly.
I would have gone to catfish directly too, especially because you already kinda went there with one connector you took earlier. And yeah, walking back from pod to catfish is absolutely the worst, especially without boots.
Yeah,
You never want to walk back from pod.
Yeah, I feel like pod is the end of all routes. Like once you've walked all the way through that stupid maze, like you're done.
Yeah, I would have skipped. I would have skipped all these entrances and just gone to catfish and dark witch hut.
Yeah.
Then routed outcast completely.
So Shadow got his Moon Pearl and didn't get distracted by, or hasn't found the gloves yet.
Yeah.
And so he's going to head straight back to the known dungeons. Both Hera and Thieves Town are in this area.
Yeah.
Let's go do
He
that.
knows about those chests, so it makes sense.
Very, very much so. I assume we're going to see a Hera pot here.
Yeah. Oh, big key, good. That's the second big key of this.
Now we're definitely doing a pot.
That's a French vanilla big key. So now you can Hera pot, but with peace of mind that you're not isolating this big chest. And that's the good medallion to find here.
Both because it's logically useful and because it's actually useful.
Yeah. In this seed, Bombos doesn't matter because you have Fire Rod.
Yes.
Even if it's nice.
So Humbug opened the front door of Pod. I didn't actually... He was only in there for a second, so I assume it was something useless.
Yeah.
Now I get to spend another 30 seconds walking out of here.
Yeah. If it was something like a dungeon, he would probably check at least some chests. Because it's... oh, that's super good. Okay,
Yep.
So that's boots. So that's Somaria. So that's also a small key.
Yeah, it's a bunch of things. And it's the well eventually, maybe when we find some Castle Tower keys.
Yeah. So since it's Somaria, you also have more shit to do in Total Rock. Because we have the front of Total Rock. So with Somalia, you have 3 more chests.
With Somaria and Fire Rod. I think
it's
I go check
kinda
Thieves Town
important, yeah.
before I go get that cane.
Yeah. Check Fifth Town. It's 4 chests. Just do it.
Yeah. Oh, Humbug adds to his long-term walking to Catfish play by also going over to the pyramid at this time.
Also, 1 hour and 5 minutes. This is our first boss defeated.
I feel like that's about par for Crosskeys.
Yeah. Maybe a little on the late side. It's easy to get one dungeon pretty early usually.
Yeah, sometimes.
But yeah, it's not a terrible time. So it was a crystal, so that was a super good era. Required dungeon with required boots.
And never mind required boots. They're also just boots.
Yeah, just boots. So now we are moving. We are moving as fast as a hedgehog because we have boots, we have flute, and we don't have a small key, so we can't do Skullboss. Go steal that small key. The dungeon is just right there.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't been counting. I was hoping for another health refill there, just because.
Yeah. That's not that bad a health refill since Mimi's hurt. But yeah. I was thinking about health refill too.
So Humbug, having I think finally gotten to Catfish, actually save and quit, and is going to go walk through the castle again to get to Upper Cave rather than walk out of Catfish.
Yeah. I think it's about the same.
So if those were the checks he was going to make, it's faster to whirlpool up to Catfish, check Catfish, and walk down to Pod and end the Pod.
I think it's faster to Catfish than Pod. But it's about the same. Walking back from Catfish is also bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Maybe he was hoping to get something good out of Pod area, so to make the gamble to skip Catfish.
Yeah, there was only 3 unchecked entrances over there.
Okay, now the big question is the Skullwoods absolutely terrible as a dungeon, or will it be nice? That's a big question. Oh, hey, a useless map.
Oh, Humbug has gotten to Mire.
Yeah, and it's Bombos. So our useless medallion in this city is Quake.
You hope to never have to open those entrances in Crosskeys.
Yeah. A pot small is good.
The second one is super good.
Yes, second one makes you do the back out of logic. So it's not the worst small key, but it's not one you want to find now. So now you save and quit, right? Oh no, he used the key, so it's okay. Just take the hand and leave.
I mean, you'd rather not save and quit from there.
Yeah.
Just because we want to go do Thieves' Den. Yeah.
No, he wants to go to Skullwoods before.
Sure.
We'll do Skullwoods. Humbugh is very close to picking up his boots. This seed was very slow at the beginning, but at least it has a decency to give you the key that opens the chest for boots in the same dungeon. Yeah. Now both runners
you can't
have
possibly have Harry-potted your way into not getting those boots.
Yeah.
So I think Shadow Imp just got bad news about getting out of Skull Woods.
Hey.
But on the other hand, good news about Shut Cave.
Yeah. We might be close to our hammer right there. Hammer is starting to lock a lot of things.
Alright. Now both our runners can go.
Yeah. No doubt that Humbung is super happy about his boots. Shadow is checking that connector as soon as possible.
I think he was stuck, or mostly stuck, in the back of Skull Woods, and so
Yeah,
ugh.
and
So
that's a good connector.
it's yes. On the other hand, you now have to, like, if you really want to check that floating island item, and if it is something useful, that means you have to go back through Skull Woods to go back through Hookshot Cave
Yeah,
to get it. So
but at least you have a safe point on this mountain. So if this item is bad, you never ever go back to this, which is good. Okay, so Humbug pick his first crystal, and Shadow is probably going back to Skullwoods right now. Yeah, it's not in logic, but it might be a crystal, and you are there. It's free.
yeah. On the other hand, Spider Sword Moth is not a tremendously good time.
Yeah, but it's Fire Rod Muff.
Yeah. Yes. I guess don't screw up your fire rod shots.
Yeah, just use your lamp to light the torches. You can do some. You can do some fight towards hits to Mochula.
Yeah.
It's 15. It's 16 hits without any other weapon, but
Good
but
magic.
you have fire rods. You can do
yeah.
at least 3/4 of Mochula's health.
I liked the use of ether there, just to
Yeah. Actually, I think it's one of the, it's actually the best medallion to kill enemies.
Is
Fastest animation.
Oh no, he has this go with small. He has this go with small from somewhere.
Ether has the fastest animation, and it doesn't take enemies a million years to die.
Yeah, it's on the enemies that ether kills. It's great.
Yeah, like mummies and the Stalfos, especially.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite a good fight for now. Yeah, that was good.
Humbug's also here.
Yeah,
was trying
but
to be really
Humbug
careful
had the
not
small
to
key.
waste- Yeah, trying really carefully not to waste shots with his fire rod, but I think at least
Yeah.
one of them went into a spike.
He's close to killing it, and he has 4 hearts. It's okay. And since you have Blue Mail, Mochula does as much damage as the spikes.
Yeah.
So, both runners have 2 crystals right now. And they are going to 5th zone to get 4 chests.
Yeah, Humbug might go do the woods front on the way.
Yeah. That one small key he got in a hype cave, I think, was actually.
It was the right side of pod, according to chat.
Oh, right side of pod. So that small key actually matters because he did Skullwoods without going back, so it saves some time.
Shadow making the reasonable choice to actually check the body locked entrances in Village of Outcasts before heading in here.
Yeah, but you're isolating Digging Game and Stumpy by doing that.
Yeah.
Which are two guaranteed items. So there's an argument for both choices, really.
Yeah, I actually just expected to see run back across the Village of Outcasts afterwards.
Yeah.
Shadow Imp, I think, getting a little bit too excited about boots there. If you dash too close to the edge of the screen, it's not actually a time saver. And I think he did that at least once. But lots of runners get very excited about the dash animation.
And that's Silver's.
Bow number 2. And we're early enough in the seat that will actually save, and otherwise low enough equipment, that those silvers will save substantial time over the rest of the seed.
Especially considering we are a major big key from killing Vitreous. And we only have a fighter sword.
You'd rather do Silver's Vitreous than not.
Yeah. So if you only have a bow, you go to that fairy upgrade cave and you buy 40 arrows. Absolutely no questions. That you save more time by buying by going there and buying those arrows than just doing it with fighter sword and 30 arrows.
The runners are unfortunately speaking of isolating entrances, isolating the left-hand side of Race Game House.
Yeah.
Without the mirror, they're actually going to wind up isolating a whole bunch of the mirror checks, which will cost them time later in the scene.
Yeah, but currently there are quite a lot of mirror. There are some mirror locations that were already checked by connectors, so it's not as important right now. Yeah, the most important thing with mirror would be light Death Mountain top access.
Yes,
that's the one thing. But even desert area was fully checked without mirror.
They haven't seen Checkerboard Cave, I believe. There's still one entrance over there.
And yeah, that was also one thing that was not checked. That's very, very important. It's Paradox Cave. We still don't have logical access to Paradox Cave. We have the bottom, but we don't have the mirror. Ooh.
Yeah,
and here.
Sorry, and we also haven't seen Desert Palace Main. So there's actually a couple of things to check in the Mire area if and when.
Yeah, mirror still locks a lot of entrances, but it locks three less. It locks 6 less entrances than usual, because we have 2 deserts. We have the Graveyard Ledge, and we have the top of Hero Castle. So mirror is not as good as usual.
Yeah. And its use as a convenience item is actually also substantially reduced by the sheer number of Light World checks that they've done. They have already done before they found the pearl.
And they have boots and fruits, so it does not save as much time.
Shadow Amp, we're pulling up to Catfish before checking the Dark Ice Red area. Still haven't found the gloves. Which...
Yeah, he just checks the entrance. So we are starting to get bottlenecked again, it seems.
Yeah. Do you recall where the gloves... So the gloves were the dam item, but I don't actually have dam cracked.
Wasn't them at Darkness Mountain or something like that?
I agree. Under the Hookshot Rock, maybe?
No, Hookshot Rock was Hype Cave.
Oh, yes.
Maybe Spike Cave.
Yeah, it was up there somewhere. And Shadow Hemp hasn't yet, in fact, hasn't gone out the back of Old Man Save and Quit, which is the good connector there.
I don't agree with not checking it. Top of Castle. Yeah, Top of Castle, yeah. Now that you say it. But it's a connector from the Darkness Mountain or something like that. I don't remember.
With the runners now equipped with the fire shield.
Yeah.
Neither of them care about.
Well, maybe low health you care about a little.
Yeah, that's fair. It's nice for blind. I guess is the one time in the entire game that it's
Yeah.
Humbugh gets the entirely questionable news about Bookshot
Okay.
Caves being out at
Let's make a bet. I think the progression now is in Ice Palace, which is terrible, but I think it's there.
So Ice Palace and a few items in Swamp are available. A few items in Ice Palace are available.
Only one chest in Swamp. But Ice Palace has probably 4 chests.
2 chests in Swamp.
No, we don't have the small key. It's 1.
Oh, right, you're right. You'd think I could read this tracker after doing as many races as I have.
Yeah.
Or not Turtle Rock. Given
Yeah,
the
total work.
kind of Samaria is a decent bet as well. Sorry, like somewhere Turtle Rock.
It's
But-
just very, very unfortunate that we don't have a total work small, I think. But wait, actually, we already we have 3 total work entrances, so it does
Yeah,
not matter that much.
we don't really need the keys to get anywhere. We do have to run around the world to actually get to doors, but
Oh, that's a good entrance. Oh, our very small key, era small.
Shadow also finds a Master Sword, which is
Also,
the best thing
yeah.
in a Boots Lock location so far, other than the cane, I guess.
Yeah. Also, that was a troll small key because that small key was locked by the big key in Elva.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to isolate this chest to get it. Oh, first castle tower small key. That's super good. To not go back. So we are now 1 castle tower small from 5 chests locked by Aiganima.
Yeah, and I guess all the keys to be Boots Locked, the game is perfectly happy putting that one there. Humbugh has now apparently reached the point of not knowing what to do.
Or maybe he's just taking a short
Yeah.
break. If I want to take a short break, I go back. I go to Era, and I take my break there.
The aptly named copy breaker.
Yeah, pet the cat break.
Here's Shadow's Cane of Samaria pickup. Unfortunately, the exits to desert are not currently useful to him, so...
No, they are completely useless. So...
I mean, Humbugh definitely paused the game deliberately, so... even if he had to step away, it wasn't, he just like have a heart attack or something.
Yeah. So total rock now. It's closed. You have those 3 chests in logic, and it's just fast to get.
Yeah, these are. This is effectively a 3-item cave at this point, right? You can't get through here, but it's a, effectively a bigger, fancier item
Yeah.
cave.
Total rock is one of those dungeons that's just a big item cave. In Crosskeys. It even has a design of an item cave.
Here's actually both our runners making this play simultaneously.
Yeah. It just makes sense. It's fast.
Unfortunately, I think.
Oh, nice. Now I just kill Aghanim. This is too good. Both Castle Tower Smalls are locked by the same items, and they lock 5 items.
Yeah, let's go see Aghanim. I haven't seen an Aghanim kill yet this tournament, so
yeah,
this is novel for me. So do that.
Also, Especially since you have a Master Sword. Yeah. He's going there. He's doing this. He's doing Aghanim right now. I think there's absolutely no way you skip it at this point.
No, there's no way you skip it. I mean, if you're gonna go all the way, if you're gonna go all the way up to the second chest for 1 item, why aren't you going all the way to Aga for 2?
Yeah. It's actually worse to check this one chest than to do Aghanim for 5. You have more chests for the time you consumed by going the full way. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I entirely agree. And in fact, so do both of our runners. But,
also, when you get Mirror, you can use interesting routing.
Yeah. Until then, you have to be a little bit careful.
Yeah. He doesn't have Mirror, so it does not change routing. Yet.
Except for Big Bomb delivery.
Yeah, for Big Bomb delivery, it's really good. There was that one seed where I had to kill Aga to deliver big Red Bomb.
I haven't seen that yet. I've seen a race where you had to kill Aga to open the front door of the castle. I had
that too, but killing Aga for Red Bomb delivery.
Yeah, it's not a usual outcome.
Sometimes you have Hammer in Pilgrimage Treasury.
Yeah. Just a brief aside, it's going to be a long time before Shadow Amp starts diving in connectors and finding his glove, I think. Which I don't know how much that glove has actually paid off yet, but Shadow might get distracted later on by.
Actually, if he gets a mirror in Lumberjack 3 in Cackwell, he will get this glove really fast because he will mirror on top of the pyramid. Absolutely no way he doesn't. So mirror is super good for Shadow right now. It basically gives him free clothes. So let's hope for a mirror for him. So now we have our little break. That's the commentator break.
Absolutely nothing exciting is going to happen for the next minute. So and unfortunately, we can't even really speculate about what they're going to do next because what they're both going to do is go to the well, hope something in there tells them what to do.
Yeah. So this is the Ocarina of Time Forest Temple. Just wait. Also, killing Aghanim is a good thing to take the time to think about the seed and what you will do after Cackwell.
Yeah. I mean, we're not. We are still short a stack of keys and a hammer.
Yeah.
And probably the mirror.
It seems we have absolutely nothing in the seed. Like, it's 1 hour 27 minutes. Both runners play pretty good in this seed. They have a pretty good execution. They save time as much as they can. And they have nothing. And the flute and the boots were not absolutely late. So it's a very, very, very badly entrance. The entrances are really badly placed.
It's not even just the entrances being badly placed. There's been a lot of and then run all the way over here to go get 1 item out of this dungeon, and run over there to get 1 item out of that dungeon.
Yeah. So more Ganon Tower small keys, but still not Ganon Tower.
Both runners getting cute with this whirlpool to get over here, rather than being put into Sanctuary, which...
it's about the same at this point.
And Humbugh's actually going to get this...
Oh, hey! So, that was not the most exciting Cackwell ever. They got absolutely nothing for now, but the GTB key is actually a relief to get right now.
Yeah, and
he got glove. So that's logical meets.
Is it? I mean, Shadow's gotten here, and I don't think it's done anything particularly out of logic.
Yeah, but logical meets is good because you have a regular dark world access. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. You have the Smith chain you never want to do. You have the Ice Palace entrance.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
you have a faster access to Maya area too. So yeah.
And here's Humbug off to go check Mitt's locations. I
Yeah.
don't think he's actually checked the island entrance yet, hence this is actually a nice 2-for-1 deal for him. Oh, apparently he did. I missed it.
So, oh, nice. So meets probably lock the seed. Let's go. Also, that makes Kingstorm entrance in logic. Yeah, pod small, nice. Temple sword. Pod small. Okay, so the back of pod is in logic now. We have 4 pod smalls. So he does not know it, but Shadow is probably in the good spot.
Yeah. Shadow does need to make his way to the top of the castle, either fast way,
Yeah.
or via the connector, the terrible connector that Humbug used. I'm pretty sure that was Bumper Cave from
Yeah,
Turtle Rock
so-
Ledge, from wherever that, from Spiral or something. Like, it was terrible.
Yeah, actually, I think I would go to the back of pod with 4 small keys. Like, with 4 small keys, you have 3 more logical chests. You have that armless way that you will just check. No way you're not checking it. And you might not have the big key, but you can still do the dark maze. That's a lot of items.
Portal, having forgotten that it exists, and is now coming back around here to go through the drop to get into the courtyard.
Yeah, since you don't have mirror.
Which actually is why this front entrance to the castle is mirror locked unless you can traverse that drop down. And so if Ganon's there, this front door is mirror locked, which is one of the more strange little corner bases in the Crosskeys logic.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see this hammer, yep.
Why did he take that hike? Beside, he could just have gone to CAC and go to Dark World instead of taking this god awful route. Okay, so that's last Turtle Rock entrance.
Yeah, and that's the one that you have to find if you want that. You know, that's a 1-item cave in addition to being a Turtle Rock entrance.
And it seems pod was not the answer.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I wonder if Humbug has forgotten about the secret Dark World access via traditional means.
Yeah.
Power of Crosskeys. It's
Oh.
not.
Yeah. It's gamble time. It's gamble time. We are in Ice Palace without a hammer. At least we have Somaria. So when you have no small key and no hammer, you want to go to the bomb jump, the Ice Palace bomb jump area. You get the small key, then you die. Then you go to the icebreaker area, you get that chest, and you open the door on the floor below. Right? Because you are screwed. You get this chest, and now you can't go anywhere because you don't have the small key to open the door because you don't have the hammer.
Yeah, this is.
I think this is a mistake.
I think runners don't have to steal Ice Palace keys very often, and so remembering, I think a lot of people have memorized routes through Ice Palace rather than really knowing, having an intuition for how this place works.
So Smith was dead. Purple chest is still on the table.
As is Turtle Rock main entrance.
Turtle Rock main entrance was checked.
Was
oh
it?
no, Turtle Rock. Oh no. You don't have a hammer, so we can't do Turtle Rock main entrance.
You're right. We can't solve the extremely difficult puzzle.
Yeah.
I
So
think that's the first time Shadow has gone out this back door. So
yeah, he's doing a hype cave right now. It's good for him to get this.
Yeah.
Even if since we're missing the hammer, there is no incentive to check the map right now. But I would still take a look just to see what items I really need in this seed.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw Swamp is a crystal.
Yeah.
So
hammer's coming along sooner or later. I guess it's almost certainly.
No, hammer is always needed in Crosskeys. But what's interesting is that Swamp Small Key is super important now.
Yeah.
You don't often see this purple chest in desert. Yeah. So Swamp Small, that's one big item to find.
Yeah, it leads to a ton of items and a crystal at this point. Humbugh changing his mind on fluting there.
Yeah, he has pod. 4 small keys. No way you don't go pod.
Yeah, I actually don't know if fluting there is faster. Fluting back to the dam is faster or not.
You have boots. It's probably faster to dash. Okay, so he does check this before. Since purple chest was nothing, he will probably save scum this if it's nothing. Right?
He might just continue and then save scum at the end of the dungeon.
Yeah. Okay. But maybe you keep this gold sword. It's not a big improvement, but it's still an improvement.
Yeah, it's not nothing. And also, it saves you running all the way over here again. You just hope like heck that the is one chest that he's going to have to leave behind isn't.
Yeah. So, also, there's actually a pretty high chance pod is a pendant.
Yeah, with knowing 4 crystals already for Humbugh.
Humbugh only knows, he knows about 4, but Shadow knows about 5. Yeah, he will probably save scum. The pod has absolutely nothing. It's garbage.
Oh, he does have enough keys to do all of it.
Oh no. That ice small. You keep it.
You keep that, yeah. That plus
Yeah,
the gold card.
It's a good routing. So it's terribly unfortunate for Shadow, because he did not get the meats, so he did not get that 2 pod smalls, so he left that armless away, so he did not pick that ice small, which would have saved quite a lot of time in the Ice Palace.
Yeah, that first Ice Palace key is actually useful.
Yeah, I like the first Ice Palace small better than the Ice Big, and even if the Ice Big is just the worst. I hate the Ice Big. I lost in this tournament. I lost 3 matches, and I lost 1 to Ice Palace Big Chest and 1 to Fifth Town Big Chest.
The otherwise
Yeah.
useless fetch quest big keys. The one unfortunate consequence of the way that Crosskeys works is that it increases the number of obnoxious fetch quests in the game to a somewhat irritating manner.
It's a Jet Seed until it's Ice Palace Big Chest.
So Humbug will make it farther in here than Shadow did.
Yeah, he doesn't need to save the to steal a key. Just go there. Also, if Hammer is in ice, he will take a very big advantage in this hit. Especially considering he has 2 swords advantage.
Yeah, it's the
Meets
least
advantage.
good 2-sword advantage, but
There's not a lot of difference between Temple Sword and Gold Sword, but there's a mountain between Master Sword and Temple Sword.
Yeah.
It's behind Boots. It's the best improvement in combat in the whole game. Yeah, Boots helps for combat. That's 1 point for me.
I mean, I would disagree in that I think that Fighter Sword versus No Sword is also a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Depends on what weapons you have.
Yeah, it's true. Alright, so
Because
let's see what
if
this
I-
key
yeah.
is.
if I have a hammer, you will never see me swing that Fighter Sword.
That's fair. Except when you're dashing through trees and things.
Yeah, except for dash and just sometimes repel one enemy, but not kill him. Oh, hey, that's
Okay.
super good. So, keep in mind that this big key is not behind the small key we got in Armless Away, but the small key in Armless Away makes this big key not absolute trash to get.
Speaking of which, here's Shadow back. Still not having found a small key. We'll see.
I think it's Magic Bat at the pyramid, but we don't have GT access, so for now it doesn't matter.
All right, Alka, would you like to give a summary of what's happened so far to our rating party for ZSR1?
Yeah, so it's a pretty closed seed. We have it's quite linear. We had 1 big chain of events for opening the seed, so runners have done pretty much the same thing. The big difference is that humbugh found a way to get gloves super early. Then he got meats at the same time. Shadow found gloves, and those meats are actually quite important to get swords.
Yeah.
We have, I think we'll stay in this seed quite a lot of time because oh no, Ice Big, that's absolutely terrible.
Is that
So-
Ice Big key on the back?
Yeah, that's super bad. That's absolutely disgusting because the powder was in ice, right?
Yeah.
So you have to go to ice to get the powder to go to Magic Bat to get the Ice Big.
And
That's the same thing about Era Small Key. They both are that terrible.
Alright. So we've gotten our first item out of Swamp.
Yeah.
If you're Humbug, are you excited to go follow up that Ice Palace Big Key? Or
I think you go back to Era before you go back to Ice.
certainly, if you go back to Ice now, you're committing to going to Ice 3 times, which is nobody's idea of a good time.
If Hammer is in Ice Palace Big Chest, this seed is absolutely disgusting. Because it logically can be at this point. Yeah, he wasted all his pot smalls. Humbugh has no pot small, so if pod is a crystal, and I think it's fine. There's a lot of reasons because it's fine. For which it's fine. We are missing at least 5 items from Go mode, at least. We cannot miss less than this. Pod has more chances to be a pendant than to be a crystal.
Yeah.
We still don't have Hammer. So
and also the 2 small keys, the 2 like item for item small keys he spent were Gold Sword and Ice Palace Small Key, both of which have been useful-ish. So
the Ice Palace Small saves a lot of time. It's good. It's just good. The Gold Sword is not that good. Oh, finally. This is Hammer. So, we found 1 hour ago, the Paradox Flower. And we said that, yeah, we just need that mirror to get to Paradox. And the mirror was in Paradox.
yeah.
This seed is just trolling the runners from the start.
And with the
so-
mirror,
Yeah, we have a mirror, and now we have a Swamp Small. So we have 1 more chest in Swamp, just after Humbugh checked the first chest.
you get the
So-
Swamp Big and the Swamp Small in there? Just the small.
Because just the small, I think. It was the big key, actually. Yeah, it's not the Swamp Small, it was the big key. I think you want... Yeah. No, it's just one big key then. Okay, my bad.
It is.
But,
It is worth pointing out, and Chad is doing this, that the mirror was hard mitts required. So, and speaking of mitts, here's Shadow getting his in a moment.
Yeah. Okay, so light this mountain access.
Era entrance at 1 hour and 47 in.
That's one of the entrances I do pretty late usually, so I'm not shocked. But I think the important thing to see here is that we'll get access to the Turtle Rock Light World entrance.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a very high chance Hammer is behind this chain.
Let's see what's on this island. Just a heart
Just a hurt.
or a heart piece, yeah.
So we just don't care. So now you drop down to Laser Bridge, I think. Oh, why Spiral Cave? I would have you drop down.
He just got the Laser Bridge entrance. That was the 3rd exit to Paradox.
Oh yeah. Okay, so okay, that makes sense. He still has Mimic Cave to check. So Mimic Cave, Cave 45, checkerboard. That's still quite a lot of bad things to check.
This is Mimic Cave.
Yeah. Mimic Cave with boots. Okay. It is less bad, but that's the 3rd time he takes this connector.
Yes.
You know the seed is bad when you do Spiral Cave 3 times.
I think my record is about 8 because it was the only way to the Dark World for 1 hour and a half.
Yeah, I got a spiral connector once that sent me to the Dark Death Mountain to mirror to the top of Death Mountain in Light World. That was the worst experience ever. Okay, Smith's chain for Shadow. He's still pretty far.
Yeah.
These meets are super important. Missing those really set him back in the seed.
Now, Humbug is going to traverse Hyrule Castle as a connector. I think this is Meyer area.
No, if it's my area, he did bad because he has flute and meats.
Right, yeah, sorry. Now this is somewhere good. My tracker's too full of things.
Yeah, Bumper Cave.
Bumper Ledge.
Yeah. You have to do this to get this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so Hammer is probably there, right?
It's no surprise that we didn't find a ton of items in the first however long, given that all of our good item-dense caves are behind the bits.
Hey, that's good.
There's the
Hey,
hammer.
that's super good. So, like we expected, Hammer is there. And we have a bonus 5th town small. So, 5th town will not be complete garbage to check. We just need the 5th town big now.
Yeah, it's a good peace of mind to get that East
Okay.
Town small right next to the hammer.
So, he's probably checking Hammer House, Hammer Pegs, and K45. Also, race game left.
Yeah.
That's probably all he's doing here. Then I expect a save and quit to go to ice. You can do it, and it's a crystal.
This is actually, he's picked up enough stuff that this is once again a reasonably dense checking area.
Yeah. He actually does absolutely everything here. Yeah. There's nothing left after this.
I'm having a slight problem with the purple chests for some reason.
Yeah. So, we are expecting Ice Palace pretty soon, which will be 3rd crystal. And that's the only dungeon we can do.
Humbug picked up another pod small and a pod big. It's somewhere along the way.
Oh yeah. He had the pod big, but he did not have the pod small. So he also can do pod. If pod is a crystal, that's 4 crystals. But okay, that's absolutely super bad spot for GT. We hate to see it.
Now we're gonna get a bunch of stuff. Speaking of other item-dense locations that haven't been available so far.
Yeah. So, Aganim was hard required for meats. Meats were required for Mirror, and Mirror was required for GT. So if there is at least, if there is just one thing required in this GT, that was the hard required chain in this seed.
Yeah. And you've been saying this whole seed, like, we haven't found anything, we haven't found anything, we haven't found anything.
Yeah, and now we have everything. Yeah. We have the hammer, so things to do. Oh yeah, Mirror was required for hammer, so this chain was required. And this is the last pod small, so the entirety of pod is in logic. And Meyer big, so we can do Meyer now.
Yeah.
So like we have at most 5 crystals now. Actually, we have 6 crystals because desert entrance has to be available now. Unless
available or irrelevant.
Or Pyramid Ferry.
Yeah.
If it's Pyramid Ferry, it's not available yet.
It could also be, it could be at Gannis Tower, which we haven't been spat out of, if and only if it's a pendant.
Okay, so there's there's also Meyer entrance. So there are 2 entrances if it's a crystal that we can't check. Okay, 1 now. We have Bombos. The seed likes to make me lie.
Yeah. The
Also, the Yoshi that has seen the most things. Okay, fifth and big key. 1 more crystal. So, we might be in go mode right now.
certainly we're in doing dungeons mode for a while after
Yeah.
we finish. I don't expect Humbug to climb here.
No, absolutely no way. Especially since Ascension is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need Swan Small. So we need Swan Small, but after Swan Small, we might be in go mode.
Well, and I think, I mean, we're not skipping checks yet, but
yeah,
I think Humbug has firmly transitioned into doing dungeons mode, in some order or another.
Yeah, Ice first. It's just too close to your spawn point to not do it. Okay, that's actually super good. He got Eastern and Desert map. That's 2 dungeons that he can't do right now. So those maps are really, really good.
Yeah.
Deserts actually, now that he picked up 5th and big key, there's absolutely no way he's not doing. Desert is not available. We have everything, unless it's a pendant.
Unless it's a pendant.
Also, Humbug does not know that Swamp is a crystal, so he might think he's in go mode.
I believe he
might
has
be in go mode.
Swamp map, he just hasn't bothered to check.
Yeah, but he still doesn't know, so for all he knows, he could be in go mode. We just know it's not the case.
So, wiggle, wiggle, bounce. This
Okay,
is
total big.
Crosskeys, which is to say the entrances, what's inside of every door is randomized, and that includes the location of Ganon. So Ganon today is not inside the pyramid, and so once he's gotten 7 crystals, he can just go kill Ganon. All right. Do you think Ice Palace first?
Yeah, Ice Palace is too close. Okay, Eastern big. Total Rock small, and yeah. So,
I think
Swan
map
Small
first, to be honest.
So, Swan Small go mode. Or Swan Small plus Ice Rod go mode. It's 2 items at most now.
That was Crystal in the Light World.
Yeah. So, Swan Small go mode. Turtle Rock is a pendant.
That does mean Humbug has to run around the world and check entrances for a while.
He knows everything. Humbug knows everything now. He has full crystal knowledge. He knows he's in Swamp Small go mode. We just don't know which of the 2 dungeons left are with the green pendant. Yeah, we still don't know which is the green pendant.
Which is, of all the information that he could not have, the least important.
So that GT was loaded with 5 big keys.
Speaking of which, here's Desert.
Yeah,
we'll
it was kinda close. We knew Desert was available. So we know where every dungeon is now. We know where every crystal is. GT just gave us absolutely all the keys we needed besides Swamp Small. So rush dungeons and pray. Yeah, Pod and Maya are pendants. We just don't know which is the green pendant, so we can't mark it.
I would be perfectly happy to mark them as all blue-red pendants, but
unless Asrala keeps that Swamp Small like the old he is.
I mean, it could be on the pedestal. I feel obliged to say this on behalf of Chad. But,
yeah. Every time someone says something is on the bed becomes dead.
Yes, absolutely. and I have no wish to further be cruel to these runners.
Yeah, this seed was already terrible enough. Like, this seed was so terrible that after getting this hammer, it decided to throw everything into your inventory.
Yeah. It finally unlocked. I mean, it was something like humbugh did something like 40 checks in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And got all the things.
Yeah. And GT had all the big keys, literally all the big keys. We were like the big key difference between the two runners is GT, just GT.
And GT is just is at race game left, which is mirror locked. Shadow has somehow failed to go there. I mean, it's not necessarily the first mirror check you'd make, but
yeah. So the race is still not decided because Swamp Small could be super bad, but humbugh has a pretty big lead.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, even if Swamp Small is somewhere bad, humbugh has checked more things at this point.
Yeah. Actually, Shadow is picking up his hammer, so good for him.
Yep.
And he will probably find GT pretty soon because it's just on the way. So I think he's actually not that far, just 5 minutes behind. So he could be lucky and find Swamp Small before humbugh.
Yeah, and we'll see if it comes down to an ice rod hunt for the Swamp Small. If Shadow sort of deliberately takes divergent routes because he thinks he's losing, or there's sort of strategic things you can do to try to come from behind late in the game by gambling.
I'm pretty sure I would think I'm behind at this point because the gloves, the second gloves he got were the first logical, and he knows it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I would think I'm behind at this point. So, Swamp Small Hunt is not the worst go mode, because you will go mode Swamp, and Swamp is a good dungeon to go mode. You already have silvers and gold swords, so even the back chest you skip. It's just good.
They already have silvers, gold sword,
Red mail.
red mail, and 13
Absolutely.
hearts.
And 3 bottles. No way. Absolutely no way. Yeah, and one of those bottles is a blue potion because he just got it. So, seems he's leaving Ice Palace for last.
So we do have to point out that humbugh does need to run around and check entrances for a bit to find Desert Palace at some point.
Yeah, but
no guarantee that he gets to checkerboard in particularly short order.
I think checkerboard is one of his best entrances to check right now. Like, will you do red bomb or checkerboard?
Yeah.
You have meats and food.
Checkerboard comes with Desert Palace main too, because they're both mirror checks near each other. So.
Yeah. So, I think the only way humbugh loses this is if Swamp Small is on a horrible spot like Bombo's tablet or things like that.
If there's yet another horrible chain of events in this seed.
Yeah.
I mean, with 3 GT smalls and a GT big, most of upstairs is in logic.
He actually has 4. humbugh has 4.
Sorry, for Shadow, who's here right now.
Yeah. But Shadow will get literally everything beside Ice Rod and Swamp Small. The big difference is that Shadow knows that he needs Swamp Small.
Yeah.
Humbugh did not know this at that moment.
I think even knowing that,
knowing that. Or wait, if you think you're behind, do you gamble GT in Ascension? I think I still don't.
I think not yet.
I think not yet. I think it's too soon. You have a shit ton of dungeons to do.
Yeah. I don't think I'm making low percent plays until I'm not doing crystal dungeons, which I'm gonna have to do anyway. And especially considering some of the crystal dungeons aren't even that go modable.
So I think you check. You do all your crystal dungeons. Then if you think you're behind, rush GTS engine. If you think you're ahead, do everything else.
That's fair.
If you don't know, do everything else. Too, because
here's Ice Palace, very convenient.
Yeah. So he has the big key, and he has to kill Colser. So now Ice is good.
So Shadow mirrored out after Hook Room. So we'll see if he goes back and gets the second set of 4 items on the right. There was something over there. So at least one of the big keys we need. Yeah.
I think it was Maya Big. No, so no, it's actually not a big key you need, because Eastern Big was on Ice Armos, and Maya Big and Turtle Rock Big was the last. So the 2 big keys we don't need.
Yeah. So if Shadow bails after the left side, that might be good for him.
Yeah. There's no way he will bail.
So if he wasn't gonna bail, why did he just go right first?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe muscle memory.
Yeah, too much not playing Crosskeys.
Yeah, I have trouble adjusting between Crosskeys and Open sometimes, especially since we have a concurrent tournament in Open in our community right now.
Is there a French Open tournament going?
A new French tournament is right now, so I have to play both at the same time. And now it's Turtle Big, so it was Maya Big at the right side. Eastern Big is here in Ice Armos. Oh, Ice Rod. Okay, so now we have everything besides Witch Hut and tablets. Now bed is in logic. Now you can say it. We even have all the small keys logical for this. Oh no, we are missing 2 Turtle Rock keys. But besides that, it's in logic.
There's Shadow getting his Light World crystal information.
Big question. What is the absolute worst item on the bed?
I mean, shovel.
No, it's the book.
Sure.
Because you can't ever read bed if it's a book. It's definitely the book. But shovel is really bad.
I mean, I feel like having the book to read that it's a shovel is almost more to. But
yeah, but at least you know that it's only one item.
Yeah, that's fair.
When you don't have the book, you can do pendants, or you can just let that bed go, and because you don't know what's on it.
Speaking of
yeah,
bad entrances, Humbugh's in the Mire area and is going to find desert at the moment. After checking this and then mirroring a couple of times.
Yeah, unless this is from small. Okay, so he's getting that desert.
Desert may need to then checkerboard in a moment. Humbugh is following through Eastern, which we know is empty except for the crystal.
Oh, at this point, Humbugh will get his 6th crystal, and Shadow will get his 4th. So, well, he's a little behind, but he's not that behind.
Yeah,
Still has a pretty big chunk of ice to do, and 5th town is pretty slow. But he's not far.
as the losing player, Shadow is really hoping that the go mode item is somewhere Terra. That's his chance to catch up.
Yeah. So yeah. At least it's a swamp small race and not the ice road ice.
Yes.
You know, left side swamp will not be touched in this seed.
Yeah, it takes 9 whole locations out of the 216. You're definitely not going to have to check.
The two best dungeons to go mode are swamp and pod, I think.
Yeah, Mire's pretty good too.
And ice too.
Mire in Key Sanity rather is pretty good too.
Yeah. So Swamp Small can't be vanilla, it was checked. So no, I think it was. I think it's a bad fairy that's on the pyramid.
I agree.
If it's a bad fairy on the pyramid, its ascension is only 4 items, so it's even worse than usual. But at least you can't kill Agatu.
Yeah, you need to skip the very slow fight.
So what do you do now? I think I go back to Meyer.
Yep.
It's slow, but it's 2 checks. And Meyer is really, really near your spawn point. Meyer is at Lake Aelia Lightward.
So Trinex is also a reasonably fast check.
Yeah.
Depending on exactly where Trinex is.
I don't remember where it is. It seems humbugh is still doing entrances. Yeah, Sahasrara. So it's definitely the best thing. Just find Sahasrara. It's we have very little entrances left. We have GT entrance that we will never do. We have Turtle Rock entrance. We have Pyramid Ferry. We don't have many things left.
And this one's certainly faster than the Pyramid Ferry check.
Especially with that spawn point. So okay,
yeah.
Bad luck. I swear, if it's Pyramid Ferry for Swamp Small, at least you killed Aga.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I think it's Pyramid Ferry right now. I remember bomb shop to be here.
Yeah, bomb shop's over here. Does this leave you somewhere useful afterwards? Not especially.
No. So if it's not Sahasrara, it's probably in Maya or Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Or Pod.
I mean, there's what, 1 check left in Pod for Humbugh, 2 checks left in Mire, and
the only thing we know is that Green Pendant is not Mire.
Shadow's Cold Stare fight going a little bit worse than Humbugh's did.
Yeah, it was still pretty fast.
So
Turtle Rock is our Green Pendant, so you go Turtle Rock now.
I'll try next for 2 items.
Oh, hey, go mode.
Done.
So,
go mode button.
So now it's humbugh race to lose. He just has to do a very fast swamp dungeon, then a very fast cannon kill. So yeah, it's looking great for him. So it was in fact Pyramid Ferry entrance. Seems we had to do absolutely everything in this seed. He last location, that's Sahasrara. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. If not, then darn close.
That it was pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, it was linear in parts, but there was definitely choices to be made here and there.
Especially Aga.
Yeah.
Aga was the big choice in this seed. At the moment you found the second Castle Tower Small, some players just never want to do Aga because it feels bad. But then you remember Kakuel is just 5 items. And you grit your teeth and you just do it.
I went through an absolutely ridiculous chain of nonsense early on, getting fetch quest after fetch quest. That was, I guess, execution heavy in a lot of ways. The
And
seed
then
feels
you
fairly execution heavy for a Crosskeys seed. There's been a lot of just sort of running around efficiently.
Yeah. Besides that bow in Maya, pendant dungeons were absolutely worthless in this seed. And there was another bow.
And it's still been a slow seed.
Yeah. So, yeah, but it was Aga seeds. So
yeah.
It's not that.
And 2 dips into ice, 2 or 3 dips into ice, several pod dips required. I think 3 logical Desert Palace dips. So
yeah. Spiral Cave Connector. Not required, but no way you're not doing it.
Yeah.
This seed was this seed is I think this seed is just good enough to just select the best player. It's not a luck seed at all.
I agree.
Like there's no way you're winning by luck in this seed.
I mean, the choice, Humbugh's choice to do the relatively terrible connector up to the Turtle Rock Bridge to Bumper Cave to the top of the castle, etc., I think was a reasonable thing for Shadow Imp, right? Connector into unknown.
Yeah.
And it happened. He got burned. I don't know if that's the whole difference.
I don't think it's.
Especially considering that he went and found something else that unlocked it and wound up putting off that relatively terrible first glove location for a long time.
Yeah, that glove just did just at least half of the difference between the runners is the glove. But yeah, humbugh did everything in this seed, so he still had a lot of things to do.
Yeah. Missed the torch glitch, but not at all.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Actually, missing torch glitch is better in some occasions.
Yeah, got a double there that he wouldn't have otherwise. GG humbugh.
Yeah, GG.
I don't remember if humbugh is shy on interviews. If not, we'll get him in here in a moment. While Shadow continues to run around.
So that was a pretty bad seed, but it was at least interesting.
I mean, 217 is not or 218 is not a horrible time. So, welcome, humbugh.
Welcome.
Thank you.
GG.
Yes.
GG.
Congratulations for the navigating the long linear chain of nonsense in that scene.
Yes, that was kind of exactly what I was thinking. That was just a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine finding the GT big key behind Aga 1 and not having to use it. Sweet.
Yeah. But at least Aga was not worthless because it gave you that glove that you really needed.
Yeah. I mean, those myths were
hard required. Yeah.
They were hard required. Had it been any other item in Paradox apart from the mirror, and we would have had that mirror beforehand, those would not have been required at all. But it was just so annoying that Paradox Cave was in the last entrance that I checked, the last midst-locked entrance that I checked, and the only entrance I checked after dipping ice.
Yeah. Also, that was a troll seed because you saw Paradox Lower like 1 hour before getting any other Paradox entrance.
Yeah, that was Dark Shopping Mall. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I want to go in there, but I can't, so I will have to wait. And I had to wait. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Also,
Jeez.
that hammer spot is absolutely horrible. You need mirror, and you need to take a bad connector for it.
Yeah, there's no way around it. Especially having already been through that connector like 2 times, like mentally, you don't want to go through another connector that you've been through already a couple of times. You like put that off to the absolute end every time, I feel.
Yo, GG's.
GG's.
Yeah,
GG.
that might be the most linear Crosskeys seed I've ever had to go through.
Yeah.
I enjoyed visiting Ice Rod area 3 times.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one of the big differences was that Shadow, and one of the non-linear was the location of one of the 2 gloves being up on top of the castle behind a chain of connectors, I believe. Wasn't it spiral to the Turtle Rock Ledge to Bumper Cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was basically I didn't want to go back up there because I didn't want to go through Spiral Cave again. And I had other stuff to do. So
That was like the only thing that I felt good about in this entire season. Well, that and rushing Aga 1 as soon as I got the second small
You
key.
both did that. You both did that. You got both the small key both at the same time. So you both went to Aga at the same time. That was good for us because you gave us a break. Like,
Cool.
thanks for the break at the middle of the seed. And yeah. So the big difference is that your first glove is not the same.
Yeah, my first glove was unfortunately the Cackwell one.
Yeah, and it's.
I got the other one not too long after because there wasn't much else to do with just one glove.
But humbugh got that first glove really, really, really.
Yeah. But where was the Swamp Small?
At Sahasrara. And
It's
Sahasrara was behind the big bomb.
Okay, I was probably gonna do that soon.
It was
Yeah.
the last entrance I had left.
I had
I did-
that
Says GT.
and I had
Yeah.
that and Turtle Rock, and those were the last 2 entrances.
Yeah, I did those 2 like back to back. Those were the last ones that I did.
I guess I had the Turtle Rock or the Light World, like Turtle Rock connector ledges,
Yeah.
top of Spiral, and
You are not far. You're like only 5 minutes behind actually.
Yeah, I just
maybe even less than that.
didn't really feel like looking for the Swamp Small.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's completely understandable. I was a bit like I learned something about myself. It turns out that if I really, 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 really need to pee, I don't play very well. I do lots of mistakes. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I took like a minute pee break, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
And after that, it just felt so much better. Like playing the actual game, I could focus on the game and not my bladder. I'm really glad about that.
Yeah.
I think I lost a good like 3 or 4 minutes to deaths early.
Yeah.
Both of you
I
actually.
died twice at Chain Chomp. I died on the way to Flute 5 Cave. Sorry
You
about
both
that.
took some death in this seed. Like humbugh died to Ice Road area before checking the Super Bunny entrance. Just before death. So
Yeah, crabs can go away.
yeah.
Then also my first trip into Mire was somewhat comical.
Yes.
Why would I shoot the fire rod like south? I have no idea. And then I ran out of magic, and bombs don't work on the Wizrobe, so fine, I'll go do something else until I get magic.
Yeah.
And of
think I got my
course we
sword
have to
before
go in
going
there,
there.
like obviously.
Yeah.
I was able to
Also-
get my sword before mine.
There's also one thing that was super funny in this seed, is that you both got a heart refill in Hyrule Castle.
Ah, that
you
was
both
annoying.
got it. You had both of you got the nearly the same route. You didn't get the same routing, but you had nothing else to do at the same point. So you had the same number of heart piece. So you did the same heart refill on Zelda Cell.
We got to feel especially after you guys had both taken unfortunate overworld deaths before that. This one time you wanted to die and it was impossible. Like,
Yeah.
oh well.
Oh well.
So
The
yeah.
the other item that I found amusing was that you guys got the lamp super early because it was logically required, and then whatever it was, like 6 steps later, finally got the Moon Pearl.
Yeah.
Yep. The most amusing item that I think I found was the ice rod.
Yeah.
If the Swamp Small would have been on Trinex,
I-
or like behind Trinex somehow, that would have been the meanest go mode item ever, I think.
Yeah. Actually, the seed was just mean. Like you go
It
to
was.
you go to Era, you get your boots, then you use your boots from Era to get your small key for Era. Then you go to Ice Palace to get your powder, and your powder gives you the Ice Palace big key. That's just mean.
Yep. It's I don't know. It was really awful in the beginning. Like
Yeah.
we had nothing. We had one weapon, the fire rod, and little to no magic, and we had to go into mire, unless you took the connector to Bumper Ledge to get the flippers and then to get the sword off of Hobo, or you sequence book the sword. But only having that and having to do all of the Light World, like all that you could, including like Death Mountain on 4 hearts. That's all I had, at least.
Yeah, no.
I was, I mean, and of course the flute had to be in the Ice Sword Cave area.
Dead Rocks wrecked me a couple of times.
Your Death Rock or Dead Rock Death cabbage, getting cabbage to death as the Dead Rocks got stuck on your way to get to East Death Mountain was particularly unfortunate. Just they kept reviving and getting restuck.
At least the first time you go to Death Mountain, you have the flute. So if you die there, you don't lose that much time.
Exactly.
So yeah, and when you get the flute in the Ice Road area, suddenly the seed becomes way better. It's just that both of you last location get flute.
I mean, it wasn't hard because
No
one wants to go to Ice Rock Cave area without a glove if they can help it.
Yeah.
Or without a flute.
Yeah. Humbugh
or
would have
boots. It was just
Humbugh
locking.
would have found the flute earlier if he didn't die there. But
Had the crabs not like cornered me, there was one crab in every cardinal direction, and there was nowhere I could go. They just, I mean, sure, I could have pulse buffered my way out of it, but who thinks of that in the Ice Sword Cave area?
yeah, and so because you died, you went to do something else. That something else gave you a pot small, so you use that pot small to get that lamp. So you save and quits at that lamp to get something else.
The lamp gave me another connector in logic. That's all it did. Actually, it just gave me the diagonal connector in logic.
Yeah.
So I just felt like, screw Ice Sword Cave area. I hate that place. Let's just go through that connector, and then it's just bunny walking after that. So I just had to go back anyway.
And that bunny walking was nothing.
Nope. It was nothing.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it wasn't the pod small, honestly, that actually gave me something while I was doing something else. It was the full magic bar after the lava chest into the rock. That's the most important part of that journey, was actually getting that. Because that gave me like the confidence to go back to Ice Cave area and to actually kill the guards in Aga Tower.
Shadow did actually something really good at this point, because before going to Ice Road area without magic, he went to Lake Elia's shop. It was Turtle Rock main, so he got his magic back here before going to Ice Road Cave.
I think I used that magic 4 times.
Yeah, it was just good.
That's good map tracking, Shadow. Getting people remembering which entrances have good drops is something that I think a lot of runners are weak at. So kudos for actually remembering where you're.
I'm raising my hand to that. I should have thought of that, because that was very, very easy to get to. I'm not sure why I didn't think of it.
Because it's not on your tracker, like it's not. It's a very easy thing to forget.
Yep.
All right. Our restreamer is busy plotting in the background where we're going to send. Everybody's still putting up with this interview, so I guess I'll let him take that away. Thank you to the runners. Good race, gentlemen, and good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the restream.
Yeah, thanks again to the runners for the match. Make sure to give both of them a follow. Also, thank you, Alka and Excalibur, for commentating, and don't forget our trackers, Robs and Scarlet. Next up on ZSR, we are planning to do more Crosskeys today. One at 9 PM Eastern, between Tam and Orange. And at 6 PM Eastern tomorrow, we are planning to do Dataplat versus Hitsuyan. Also tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern, we have a Zelda 2 randomizer match. And at 9 PM Eastern, we have a Wind Waker randomizer Season 4 match. It's the winner brackets final. And at 9 PM Eastern tomorrow, we have another Crosskeys match between Kiro? I'm sorry if I butchered the name, versus the Boulder. And we are going to raid over to Seek Highwind, who is doing the match between against Saber. So, also check our schedule on ZSR for more Zelda content. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time here on ZSR.